This is one of BMW's most successful battery electric vehicles over the last few years, particularly in markets like the United States and Germany. And here in Ireland, it's also had a refresh, although I'm not technically in Ireland, I'm in the Cotswolds in the UK. But the new version of the iX starts from a little over €90,000. It has a bigger battery, it has more range. They've even made it a little bit more refined in this new LCI version of it. And this colour, which is called June, is a new colour. It's kind of like a beige, a flat looking beige kind of colour, because some people like beige cars. Welcome to Nobby On Cars. We're going to have a little look around today. If you're interested in this car, I'll hopefully help you distill whether this should be on your shopping list or not. This BMW glow grille still makes its way into the car. Some of the sensors behind this huge kidney front. There's some new air inlets for air curtains over the front of the car, and these LED lights are standard now on all versions of the vehicle. So the nose, not a huge difference. A little bit of changes around the back also. Some of those changes include the vertical reflector strips just down here. The light cluster still pretty much remains the same. A lot of the changes are actually stuff you can't see below the car, with an increased range in certain battery sizes of up to 40% extra range. So that's where the big differences are. The boot, still a usable enough space, 500 litres, which is just about all right for the size of the car. Generous storage space below here for Type 2 charging cables. And actually, on that note, if you get the tech pack, you'll get 22 kilowatt charging. It's known as professional AC. Don't know why they call it that, but they do. And then you'll get even faster results from three-phase charging or those smaller on-street chargers. You can also drop the rear seats from a couple of buttons back here also. And this parcel shelf cover is very, very firm, as in it's not very, very flexible. Quite a wide opening, so a practical enough SAV, this segment of car, for getting the day-to-day family life in and out of the back of the car. They didn't mention it in the briefing today, but it feels like they've made these seats even more comfortable than in the past. It's just very cushiony. When you sit into this vehicle, whether it's how you feel when you're plonked in the seat or just the lack of outside noise, it feels very, very refined. You are treated to an armrest from BMW, a couple of cup holders. You can pull this little Velcro strap here and get access to the rear, so if you need to load a bulkier item through there. It also has the poshest Isofix covers I've ever seen. It has a little, again, loop handle. You pull that up and you expose the Isofix points, and then you push it back down again. It's an unnecessary luxury, but it is nice the way they've done it. You've got some heated seats and your own air vents here. Two charging port areas on the backs of these seats. There's very decent size flexible holders in the back of the seats, and good shoulder line with some new ambient lighting projecting up onto the glass at night time. That's going to look very, very nice. And there is the totally flat floor on this ground up battery electric vehicle, so the rear is very nice. Some of the other ways they've increased the range, a better rolling resistance in the tyre. Two battery sizes now in the LCI version, almost 95 kilowatt hour on the small battery version, and up to almost 110 kilowatt hour battery on the larger, more expensive 60 version of the car. You're going to pay for it, but do you really need that kind of range? Perhaps some people will. The DC charging speed has also been increased. The slowest charge is now 175 kilowatt. That's up 25 kilowatt charging speed, and the fastest is 195 kilowatt. All versions of the car get from 10 to 80% in about 35 minutes. If you can achieve that charging speed, the idea is you'll get back on the road quicker in the iX, and those kind of chargers are only really for get you to the next point or the place you're staying overnight or whatever it is. You're not actually meant to be sitting there for 35 minutes. You can spec soft closed doors in the vehicle. That's actually probably not a bad shout, because the doors are quite light and they have a weird anti-BMW feel to them. They don't have that big thud, so it'll probably feel nicer if you have soft closed doors. There's the panoramic gloss roof sky lounge. You can get titanium bronze on the exterior line and the headliner in anthracite. So you can kind of tailor make it, but basically you want to go in and have a look at the packs available for the vehicle more than the individual options, I feel. If you go M Sport, there's a new 3-spoke steering wheel. iDrive buttons pretty much stay the same, as does the floating curved screen. Still a nice, luxurious, expensive place to sit. There's wireless charging, 2 USB and drinks holders. Plenty of space between you and your front passenger for feet room. And these new M Sport seats are unbelievably comfortable. And while you charge, the games are still there, including Uno. Between now and September 2025, BMW are doing up to €5,000 off an iX when you trade in a BMW or Mini against it. The 45 version of the car is up over 80 brake horsepower extra. It's now 408, which is more than enough. The 60 version is now up 21 brake horsepower to 544. That obviously didn't need as much of a bump. And the iX M70 has over 1,000 Newton meters of torque now and 659 brake horsepower, which again is insane. There's a new inverter in the car, which is basically giving it all that extra boost. So yeah, there's plenty of power for every type of driver in this vehicle. It's really, really quiet. I've the air-cooled seats on. There's a bit of a hum from them that maybe you can hear that in camera, maybe not. Good commanding view of the road. I mean, you can get up to 23-inch wheels now, and especially with the air suspension, the car will definitely cope with that. Visually, they'll definitely take a wheel that size because it's such a bulk of a vehicle. It's a big brute looking thing, and big wheels will definitely work. Just whether you want them for range and comfort being two factors. There's now a better version of the digital key. You can share it with up to 18 different people. You can customize all their individual settings, and you can give the service department and your BMW dealer a different kind of key, so you have to give them your physical key. So there's lots of little changes that really, are they going to make a difference to your life? Not as much as the bigger range now. On the changes in the light system, you now have cornering functions, so when you're driving along pavements at night time, you'll be able to light up corners. If there were pedestrians lurking in the shadows, you'll have a better chance of seeing them, basically. Will you despair at the interior and long for BMWs of old? Perhaps you will. This new era of interiors, the very minimal setup, is not for everybody. But all the things you want close to hand are nearby, and it does feel, for what's in front of you, very well put together. Head-up display is still there, giving you all your vital information, including your directions for your nav. So again, it's just one less thing to take your eye off the road for. Overriding factor is more range now, increased brake horsepower, a lot more power, noticeable. It wasn't a slow car to start with, but now even this 45 version just takes off, and it's never wanting for power, just has it in buckets. Oh, and actually taking it easy today, I was doing 4 miles per kilowatt hour. I now have to convert it back the other way because I'm in the UK for a change. I thought that was pretty decent actually for such a big, not necessarily aerodynamic type of car. So I think you could say the BMW iX is now waftier than it ever was. That's a good word because it kind of summarizes how comfortable it is, how spacious it is. It's just like a soundproof piece of electric luxury that you can glide along in. The looks are going to be polarizing. It's not going to be for everybody. You can still get carbon black if you like the color, up to 23-inch alloys. So they're the cosmetic enough changes. This is probably one of the biggest changes. There's quite a few new colors, but this is definitely a very different color. The flies around here in the Cotswolds certainly do seem to like it. But do let me know. Maybe you've had one of these and you're thinking about another one. Equally, maybe you haven't quite gone electric yet, and this might be something that would interest you. Maybe you were an X5 customer in the past, and this again is something that might just chip away at your interest. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if there's any questions that you have about the car that I haven't covered in the video, feel free to ask them and I'll get back to you in the description area. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.